Okay, we should be live.
Hey guys, welcome in.
What's up?
So we're gonna give a couple of minutes for the stream to start rolling, people to start joining. But it's been pretty exciting time. While we have a little bit of time for me and David just to talk for a little bit, and we can kind of document just a bit of what's going on.
Just a little weekly catch-up, if you will.
This will be mostly a research stream, though we will also be doing some reactions later in the stream. I don't know exactly how late we're going to run for. We're just going to run until we're feeling tired. I don't think we'll do any big debates tonight. But on the horizon, we have some really, really cool stuff coming up. So on Monday, David and I and some other people are all going up to a protest, and we're going to have a really good time. We're going to join the protest ourselves, try to document it to the best of our abilities.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get up the, it is the...
50-51?
Yep, the 50-51 protests.
In Orlando.
Let me see if I can find the website.
You might just be able to look up 50-51 website. I can also send it to you on Discord.
Let's see. Protest website. This is awkward. I should have had this ready earlier. Here it is. So this is the 50-51 website. This is the protest we're going to be going to in Orlando, Florida. So if you guys live nearby and you're feeling particularly strong about this administration, LGBTQ plus rights, anything like that, you guys should definitely be tuning in.
Or, the constitutional crisis that we're in.
The constitutional crisis. Yeah, they got a lot of partners. And then we can go to the event page here for the Orlando one.
No kings on President's Day.
That sounds
what
like
a
fire.
bar.
Yeah, that sounds like a fire.
What a bar.
Protest. You see Orlando, Florida? I guess we can control F. Orlando.
But Orlando.
Anyway.
It's okay, I can't spell either. We
Here
all
it
know
is. February 17th. This is a Monday, so kind of sucks if you work on the weekdays, but if you're like us and you happen to be off, you should definitely come if you live near Orlando. It's a peaceful protest of our current U.S. administration and the decisions that are affecting millions of Americans. Hear from a diverse array of speakers. So it should be a good time. Colby and I are going to be there with our film equipment, and we're going to be talking to some people and just documenting the protest. And we should have a video up on that probably next week sometime.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm going to try to interview. Me and David both are. We're also going to have a bit of a film crew, so it's not just going to be us, thankfully. And not just going to be one of us at the camera at a time, like how our older videos are. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of opportunities to talk to some like-minded people. There may be counter-protesters there, though there, as you guys can see, there's actually a lot of peace organizations associated with it. So it's going to be a pretty nice organization. It's expected to be peaceful. I don't think any of the 50-51 protests so far have been violent at all.
Not from what I've read or watched. I watched the video of the one in Idaho, and it looked really nice. It looked like a good gathering of people.
It's about time. We saw your comment earlier on the on the community post that made us laugh really hard.
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties, but everything should be running perfect now.
Should be.
So yeah, we're going to be doing a couple of things today. Again, super important protest. And then I think it's about time we say this on the channel. We're actually getting a interview.
Yeah, very exciting interview. If you follow us on Blue Sky, shout out our Blue Sky. You should be able to find it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yep, so yeah, you should be able to follow us down there. But we reached out to Jason Kravitz, the creator of Project 2025.
As well as awesome actor in a lot of things like Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was in Young Sheldon. A bunch of big shows. He's been inside a couple of huge movies, too. I mean, pretty impressive that he's a really impressive actor, and it's really awesome that he's given us this time. And
Yeah, so we should be doing an interview with him on Thursday. So we'll obviously need some time to edit the video and put it together. But yeah, that should be coming out soon as well. So a lot of exciting stuff for the channel if you guys are subscribed. If
And
not,
speaking-
make sure you hit the subscribe button.
speaking of new videos, I don't want to tease out all of what we have coming up on the horizon. But while we're doing this, a little bit of a research stream.
Can we actually switch over? This is my personal
Oh yeah,
profile.
totally.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Up at the top there.
This one.
Yeah. And then switch to that one.
Sorry about that.
Nah, you're cool.
All right. So I don't know how many of you guys have heard about this. Can barely type.
You can move the keyboard if that's more comfortable.
Yeah,
for
that'd
you.
be great.
Oh no. Oh, we're gonna be researching this. This is gonna get depressing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So
For some context, I haven't even read into this. I've just heard you tell me about it, and it sounds awful.
let's go over this just a little bit. Guantanamo Bay is a place that we used to send terrorist and direct threats to the U.S. And now we are sending immigrants. It's supposedly immigrant criminals, but this sounds bad, guys. It's a detention camp. It's being used for illegals in our country. They will not have human rights while inside Guantanamo Bay. If you want to read off a little bit of this wiki, though, that'd be great.
Yeah, the Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp, also known as GTMO, get that motherfucker out of here. Or simply Guantanamo Bay is a United States military prison within Naval Station Guantanamo Bay off the coast of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. It was established in 2002 by U.S. President Bush to hold terrorism suspects.
Yeah, we will make signs for the protest. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Yeah, we will be making signs. It's just going to be a surprise. You'll have to see what my sign says.
Oh, ooh.
Because I already got some things in mind. Anyway, let's continue reading about Guantanamo Bay so we can have a good understanding of what sending immigrants there means.
Do you want me to read this first paragraph? Then.
Oh, yeah, you certainly can.
So the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center, also known as GTMO or
I kinda just read that.
GITMO,
Go to start from Bush.
by U.S. President George W. Bush to hold terrorism suspects and illegal enemy combatants during the global war on terrorism following the attacks of September 11th, 2001. As of January 2025, at least 780 people from 48 countries have been detained inside the camp since its creation, of whom 756 have been released or transferred to other detention facilities. 9 died in custody and 15 remain.
Is there like a controversies or like what like? I mean, 9 people dying is not good.
I'm quite certain they did torture at Guantanamo Bay. There it is.
Okay, yep, here we go. A 2013 Institute on Medicine and Profession report concluded that health professionals working with the military and intelligence services designed and participated in cruel, inhumane, and degrading treatment and torture of detainees. Whoa.
I believe we used illegal torture methods.
Medical professionals were ordered to ignore ethical standards during involvement in abusive interrogation, including monitoring of vital signs under stress-inducing procedures. They used medical information for interrogation purposes and participated in force-feeding of hunger strikes.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
There it is.
Supporters have declared that certain protections of the Third Geneva Convention do not apply to Al-Qaeda or Taliban fighters, claiming that convention applies to only military personnel and guerrillas who are part of a chain of command. God, I stumbled at that last part. Yeah, so it doesn't look like a good place. And you're saying that they're sending immigrants there?
Yeah. Well, why don't we go over? I guess we can go show this, but I would like to also mention that there. Yeah, exactly. There is testimony of some of the guys where they did. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Right here.
Oh, here's the interview, bro. Open up the interview, the video.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what this guy had to say.
It's only 2 minutes long. Yeah.
We went into the aviation like every day without fail. Sometimes 2 days, 3 days. We would not. Sometimes obviously that's when the harsh treatment started, like the stress positions, loud music, strobe light, dogs, beatings. They would cuff your leg irons to a hook on the floor with a padlock, make you crouch, force your arms underneath your calves, your knees, basically. So basically, your legs are like this, and you're like literally tiptoeing. So your hands and your feet are together, and obviously that's there, and you can't actually put your feet flat because the amount of there's not enough slack in the chains.
Good lord.
And they would cuff with another set of cuffs, cuff that into the hook and hook it in. So you're in that position. That's called stress position. And sometimes they would leave you that in 2.5 days, probably 3 days.
Oh
At the same
my
time, they would
God.
have the loud music, which the rooms are very small, and the loud music would be extremely loud.
Very emotional,
That
this guy.
sometimes, when you're in pain, if you actually take your mind off the pain, it kind of eases the pain. But when you have extremely loud music in in your face, so loud that you can't even think. I've ever been to a club and you're there for too long and you think, damn, I need to get out of here. It's kind of do my head in. And that's the situation you are put in. Because for the first maybe like 4 or 5 hours, it's just music. But later on, the music turns into a screaming noise, and banging, and just like scratching noises, and all you can hear is like instruments, individual instruments banging away. And eventually, it doesn't become music anymore; it just becomes like horrendously annoying.
Do you know what kind of music
Frustrating.
it was?
First of all, it was an Eminem. They're playing Eminem to us in the first instant.
What
And
the
I used to
fuck?
realise
Why?
it wasn't working. So, but obviously, I never knew what the purpose of music was at the time. I kind of find it very odd. When they first played it, and I thought, why have they put music on? Especially they put Eminem. I thought it was an era. It was probably for the soldiers. They've got, they listen to it in the spare time. They just pressed it by mistake, and they've gone. But after like 6 hours or 7 hours or a day, it becomes extremely painful to your head.
Wow.
You feel like your hair's gonna explode. You start seeing things. You start hallucinating things. You start hallucinating. The pain becomes unbearable, and I think the psychological part of it is much worse than the physical, because physical, you can always recover from physical pain, bruise, broken arm, it will always heal no matter what. When you're scarred psychologically, once you've gone crazy, it's very rare someone who goes mad that comes back to normality. It's a miracle. If it happens, it's a miracle.
That's some of the
Jesus.
lighter stuff that's also happened. Not to
Christ.
make light of that man's story, but I think, yeah, there it is. Suffered sexual assaults. I'm just gonna read this whole thing. 3 British Muslim prisoners, known in the media at the time as the Tipton Three, were repatriated to the United Kingdom in March 2004, where the officials immediately released them without charge. The three alleged ongoing torture, sexual degradation, forced drugging, religious persecution being committed by the U.S. forces at Guantanamo Bay. The former Guantanamo detainee, Mehdi Ghazali, I might be saying that wrong, was freed without charge on July 9th, 2004, after 2.5 years of internment.
Wow.
Ghazi claimed that he was a victim of repeated torture. Omar Degaiz alleged that he was blinded in his right eye after it was gouged by an officer. Juma al-Dosari claimed that he was interrogated hundreds of times, beaten, tortured with broken glass, barbed wire, burning cigarettes, suffered sexual assaults. David Hicks also made allegations of torture and mistreatment in Guantanamo Bay, including sensory deprivation, stress positions, and having his head slammed into concrete, repeated anal penetration,
Good lord. I don't even think you
routines-
should say that on the stream.
Yeah,
Holy
good
shit.
lord. Hey, we put it's not for kids. Routine sleep deprivation and forced drug injections. There's a lot more as well. I believe that the U.S. also continued waterboarding people there well after it was made illegal.
It's terrible, but I mean, when you factor in the historical context, it makes sense, but it's it's fucking awful.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you
awful.
kind of understand why it happened, but it's not an excuse at all.
No, it does not. Oh, yeah, no,
No.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter how scared you were as a country. I mean, that is unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, 9/11 was a horrific event.
And-
The country was trying to recover, but then the government took advantage of that, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, let's not get too deep in that. But
The Patriot Act is a thing.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is, Trump announced a couple of days ago that he was going to start sending illegal immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. And after you're robbed of
Can
Guantanamo
we see
Bay,
the quote on that? I want to see where he said that.
yeah, absolutely. Let's see here.
Wow, the fucking ad that just popped up right in the middle of the fucking screen.
Oh man, I'm so bad at spelling.
It'll fix it.
Oh God.
President Trump says he wants to build a new detention facility at Guantanamo Bay, capable of holding up to 30,000 illegal migrants. He says the military jail, located in Cuba, would, in his words, detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Well, Sarah Smith is live in Washington for us now. Sarah.
Yeah, events move at breakneck speed in Donald Trump's Washington. As well as that surprise announcement about Guantanamo Bay, we've seen his controversial choice for Health Secretary, Robert.
You know, I just want to say, like, the fact that things are moving at a breakneck speed, as she said, is not a surprise, I don't think.
I mean, this is his plan. You know.
In my opinion. I mean, like, he said he was going to come in. He basically said on the campaign trail, I'm going to come in and I'm going to start fucking shit up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's basically what he said.
I mean, he said I'll be a dictator on day one.
Yeah, and I mean, look at what's happening. The constitutional crisis, you know, if you guys aren't familiar with the Elon stuff.
Workers' Bureau is completely gone. Look, workers' rights in the U.S. are bad enough, people. All I gotta say is that is one of the few federal protections that workers had that funded unions. That's gone. U.S. aid that saves more than 38 million lives. You know, they're completely gone. They help fight the spread of diseases like HIV, Zika, as well as malaria. They've also helped stave off Ebola here in the States, and they're responsible for like 90% of the soup kitchens in the States. I mean,
Yeah, I listen. Maybe like, you know, maybe it's a conspiracy. I highly doubt it. But if this is, you know, everything we're seeing is Trump Project 2025, and that's why I'm looking forward to that interview with Mr. Kravitz. But everything we're seeing is from Project 2025, and if that continues into the future, you can expect the Department of Education to be gone. You can expect birth control to be banned. They're already trying to, with the SAVE Act, they're trying to make it harder for women to vote, and transgender and non-binary people who have changed their names. So yeah, there's a lot of bad shit happening. Anyway, let's continue listening about the Guantanamo Bay stuff that's happening now too.
you know, our concentration camp.
Yeah, lots of lovely stuff happening.
To be clear, I'm not just calling it that, people. It is literally an internment camp. We can hold you there for an unforeseeable amount of time, and you do not have human rights while inside.
Yeah.
Kennedy Jr. being quizzed by senators, and President Trump signed his first piece of legislation, a bill that means any illegal immigrants accused of crimes must be deported. Immigration rates have been visibly stepped up across America since Donald Trump's return to power. Soon there will be so many people in detention, there's not space to house them all. That's where Guantanamo Bay comes in. It was a notorious prison housing terrorist suspects with numerous allegations of abuse, even torture. Now it's in this base that President Trump says illegal immigrants arrested in America will be sent.
Oh God, do you know what the rhetoric's going to be? The rhetoric's probably going to be like, it's not going to be a torture prison. He just wants to make it a prison because they're criminals.
That's why he sent him out of the country.
Oh no, dude. Listen, man. Is there a possibility that they completely renovate the prison and make it an actual, like, safe prison?
I'd say it's not a 0% chance.
It's not a 0% chance, but the likelihood is they're
Look,
not going to do anything. They're just
no,
going to stuff a bunch of people in there with some prison guards and be like, "Hey, if they get out of line, just fucking kill them." Like, dude, I mean, it's gonna be
or
bad.
like that story we just heard. God, you might wish you were dead.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord. I mean,
I don't understand how much worse it could possibly get inside some of those situations. I mean, that is truly inhumane. And, you know, I ask for the conservatives listening if there are any, you know, if you think you are the party of morality, even if these are awful criminals, does anyone deserve that level of torture?
No, I mean, they might argue that, well, they're not going to torture them like that. It's just going to be a prison. But, I mean, when you set up a minority and you vilify them in the way that Donald Trump has vilified, you know, Mexicans and any kind of immigrant, for that matter, but particularly Mexicans, when you vilify them to that point and you put in a bunch of loyalists in place and you put them in a prison, bad shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
Bad shit already happens in prisons. If you think our prisons are safe, you don't know anything about prisons.
And especially not the U.S. prisons.
Yeah. So, I mean, imagine how bad this is going to be.
Let's
This
keep
is
listening.
horrific news.
We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo. This will double our capacity immediately, right? And tough. That's a tough place to get out of.
Other detainees have already been
It's
Hold
going to
on,
double our
hold on,
capacity
hold on.
immediately.
Yeah, that's not good. They're saying,
deported on military planes back to Brazil and Colombia.
okay, that's not the news I wanted to talk about. The news that, this is terrible, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people think federal action, it's going to take a little bit. No, sir. It's happening. As of 7 days, or
Oh, God.
5 days ago, 7
Oh,
days ago? I don't know.
no. This is so bad. What the fuck?
First group sent to Guantanamo base, and Donald Trump announces plans to expand the migrant detention at the base. A brief statement from the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, said that the detainees were a part of a Tren de Algurla, a gang originated in Venezuela's prisons. 10 detainees are flown from Fort Bliss Army Base near Texas border to the U.S. Navy base in Cuba on Tuesday. The BBC's U.S. partner, CBS News, reported citing multiple U.S. officials. Last week, Trump ordered that the existing migrant detention facility be expanded to hold some 30,000 people. He said that he would double the U.S. capacity to hold undocumented migrants. The move is part of Trump's effort to crack down on undocumented migrants in the U.S. after his return to the office, and he has promised to make arrests and mass deportations. And Tuesday, in a brief statement, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said, President Donald Trump has been very clear. Guantanamo Bay will hold the worst of the worst. That starts today. The department published several photographs of the detainees being taken on board the plane. 2 officials told CBS that the group was considered high threat.
Wow.
Trump ordered that the Tren de Algurla be designated as foreign terrorist organization last month, and a part of as a directive of targeting gangs and cartels. The existing facility, Guantanamo Migrant Operations Center, has been used by both Republican and Democrats administrations to house migrants for decades. It is principally held migrants picked up at sea. You want to keep reading?
The expanded facility would be run by Immigration and Custom Enforcement. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan?
Hilarious he made that a real position, by the way.
Well, I think that started in the Biden administration. Kamala was the border czar.
Oh, this is so much to read.
Is that even a reliable thing? Oh, yeah, it is. No, it says Republicans, Homeland Security Republicans. I don't fucking read that.
Even the media escaped retired. I don't think it was an official title. Now it's like literally like a position.
Is it really?
Yeah. Who cares? Old news.
Yeah, old news.
But yeah, we're gonna make a full video about the Guantanamo Bay stuff. So I just wanted to kind of bring it up in stream because I mean, again, stuff is happening all around us right now. And again, this is some of the most terrible possible
yeah, I mean,
news.
it kind of reminds me of
Oh yeah, the Japanese internment
yeah,
camps.
the Japanese internment camps.
I mean, we also did the same thing. We called them enemies of the state, and you know.
Yeah, internment of Japanese Americans. During World War II, obviously Japan and the United States were enemies, and yeah, the United States relocated and incarcerated about 120,000
Trump
people.
wants to do a third of that right now.
Yep. About 2/3 were U.S. citizens. Yeah. So not great. Let's see what has been the conservative reaction to this. Like, let's look up the Daily Wire.
Maybe look up Guantanamo.
Have they posted anything about it?
Good morning, everyone.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this. Holy shit. This is the belly of the beast.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the Mount Rushmore full of the people I dislike most on the internet.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Do they have...
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Good morning,
not
everybody.
only are they taking away all their rights, I mean, it's that they're going to be treated inhumanely. You know, it's one thing to say that Trump wants to do mass deportations, but now, I mean, why not deport those people back to their countries or extradite them? I mean, I understand that he probably doesn't trust U.S. law, or not U.S. law, other countries' law, but I mean, do we need to actually, you know, potentially send them to the worst prison, not even in the U.S., just maybe one of the worst in the world?
Oh god. Okay, so it doesn't look like he has any news on that, but I mean, hey, we can react to some of his stuff on here. The Trump Musk revolution continues. That's an hour long. I don't want to watch that. Oh my god.
Disney is ditching DEI. Good lord.
Oh god, yeah, we can play that one. Oh fuck ads. That's unfortunate.
Actually, you know.
Well,
as much
DEI
as-
is dying.
As much as that's terrible, can we actually click that Bryland? Yeah, that one right there.
I know that the Overton window is constantly shifting, but Trump's post today should still serve as a
This
five-alarm
guy's a liberal, yeah?
Yeah, he's awesome. I really like his stuff.
fire to anyone, left, right, or center, who values democracy. He took to Twitter writing, "He who saves his country does not violate any law."
Oh,
the quote is often attributed to Napoleon Bonaparte, the French dictator who staged
Holy shit! What the fuck? Dude, that is some dictator shit.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Oh no!
Oh my god, wait, take it back a second.
He who saves his country does not violate any.
Brother.
I'm pretty
Chat,
sure.
chat, we're cooked. We're fucking cooked, bro.
Cover
This
up
is
that
crazy.
name and let's play a game. Did Donald Trump say this or did Adolf Hitler say this?
God, that's terrible.
All right.
law. The quote is often attributed to Napoleon Bonaparte, the French
Wait,
dictator
when
who.
did he say that? Was there a date on the tweet?
I know that the Overton country does not.
Yeah, that was
Yes, my boy Trump woke up at 10 a.m. and said, "You know what? He who saves his country doesn't violate any law."
Yeah, he had his fucking secret cabal meeting and then was like, you know what? He who saves his country doesn't violate the law.
Not violate any law. The quote is often attributed to Napoleon Bonaparte, the French dictator who staged a coup, seized power, and crowned himself the Emperor of France. Not exactly the kind of guy you'd want to emulate unless you yourself are a budding dictator. Yeah, no, that makes total sense now.
Indeed.
Now, think about what Trump is saying here. That so long as he commits acts that he himself perceives.
And this is what the Supreme Court ruled on. The Supreme Court ruled that anything the president does that's within his official capacity is
Anything that's an
immune.
official act, yeah.
Yeah, an official act, yeah. And, you know, it's really hard to say where that line of what's an official act is, and it's kind of
I mean-
arbitrary from what I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, literally in the Supreme Court hearings, this is one of the arguments brought up that the Supreme Court heard. They said, what's stopping a president from talking to the head of their FBI, which would be an official act, and
Yeah.
saying, hey, so-and-so, my political rival, is stopping my ability to operate effectively as the president. Can I use SEAL Team 6 to go and kill these
Yeah,
guys?
and
and
I
they were
mean-
like, that's a good question. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You should be the legal authority here.
Yeah, and I mean, what we can see was before this Trump administration came in, the Republicans were preparing for victory.
Yes, yeah.
You know, when Trump put in those Supreme Court members, he put them in there for a reason. It's because they were Republicans. They believed in a similar worldview that he believes in, and even before this ruling happened before Biden got out of office.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, Project 2025.
Well,
was-
by that point, Trump had still already gotten 3 Supreme Court elections. I mean, is it really a surprise that that half of the conservatives on the court that are out of it's a 6-3 Supreme Court, right?
Yeah, I think it's 9. And the dissenting opinion, the minority opinion, I think is what it's called, or dissenting opinion, was one of the judges said the president is now king. This is what this did. He can kill his political rivals,
Yeah.
and it's not good. And this is exactly what we're seeing. It's exactly what we warned people about, because it's exactly why we started our channel. Matter of fact.
Yeah, I mean, it literally exactly right, David. I mean, I'll tell you too. What the scariest part is about all the changes that are going to be happening is half of us want it. You know, half of us are cheering. You know, while rights
Yeah.
are being stripped away in front of these people, they're going, good. Life's never been better. You know, while our prices, like, I don't know if you saw this today.
Egg prices.
I mean, not necessarily to say that this is Trump's fault. I won't say all that, but I mean, it's already
You know
at
what?
5.
I'm gonna open my Walmart app, and I'm gonna see what the price of eggs is like right here. Well, let's see what they are. Okay, so yeah, 12-count extra large white eggs, $6.12.
Inflation, egg price, gas price, all rose in January. Nice.
Yeah, and Trump sent out a tweet saying Biden inflation up. Now, obviously, there is going to be a degree of term bleed, but
Yeah, but it's funny whenever the conservatives seem to accept that reality.
yeah, I mean, and we have to be careful not to fall for that same flawed mentality.
Mhm.
There's going to be some term bleed, but with what we're seeing with Trump cutting the funding and firing federal employees, you should expect to see some of these
Or I
things
mean,
happen.
not only that, the biggest thing would be one, the bird flu, and two,
That is, yeah.
and this is probably the biggest thing, our threats to our foreign allies. These people barely want to do business with us right now.
Mhm.
They're scared.
Yeah.
I mean, look, a tariff might not be the end of the world for a country like Canada, right? But man, it doesn't take much to infuriate this. And look, every one of these countries that he's also imposed a tariff on, he's also given them that like slight nudge on the shoulder where he's like, "Hey, man, you could also just join us."
Yeah.
Which is like, when you think about it, really scary.
Oh, very
His
much so.
threats against Cuba. Supposedly, I believe their president responded to that.
Oh, did he?
It might be her. Cuba, or no, it's Panama, right? Panama.
Oh, Panama did respond. Yeah. Yep. Just hit enter.
You want to read?
Yeah. Let me see what else. Panama's president tells U.S. to stop, quote, lies and falsehoods about the canal. Let's take a look here. The president said on Thursday that the U.S. was spreading lies and falsehoods after the State Department claimed U.S. government vessels would be able to pass through the Panama Canal without paying. The comments were likely to exacerbate tensions between the two countries after the U.S. had cited progress on military cooperation and confronting alleged Chinese influence over the canal. Yeah, that was a big thing. Trump was saying that that China was getting cheaper prices to go through the canal.
Yeah, he did say that.
Well, he's saying that they got to go through for free. I mean,
Oh, was he saying that? I thought it was just less. Panama has been in the White House's crosshairs since Trump claimed the country's vital waterway had effectively been taken over by China and vowed the U.S. was taking it back. Yet that's not true at all. We sold it to them.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, we can fact check that.
Well, also, it's in their damn country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might have. I mean,
let's see. That's first construction. So the U.S. did. The U.S. did help build the canal. Yeah, so this is when the United States had a perpetual lease. I guess that's what they called it, but they owned it.
had a renewable lease in perpetuity.
Oh, a renewable lease, yes.
So they were paying.
Yeah, we were paying to use it, to own it, pretty much.
Well, there it is right at the end. In 1921, Colombia and the United States entered into the Thompson-Urrea Treaty, in which the United States agreed to pay Colombia $25 million, $5 million upon ratification, and four $5 million annual payments, and grant Colombia special privileges in the Canal Zone. In return, Colombia recognized Panama as an independent nation.
Yeah, so... Yeah, so it was. I mean, it was a deal that we made as a country, and then Colombia made them their own country.
Right.
So, you know, saying that.
Well, they're a sovereign nation. They are
Yeah.
an independent nation. Like,
Yeah,
they're
taking it back-
What do you mean? The nation that we helped free? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah. Take it back. You know, it's imperialist. It's
Make
not-
America great again when we still made satellite states.
Oh God. The Panama Canal Authority issued a statement late Wednesday rejecting the State Department's claim that Panama's government had agreed to no longer charge crossing fees for U.S. government vessels, a move that would save the U.S. millions of dollars a year. Trump has accused the Central American country of charging excessive rates to use its trade passage, one of the busiest in the world. U.S. military vessels have priority passage. That's cool. The ambassador, Molino, asked his
That's all we
ambassador.
just read.
Oh, I didn't read that part, but okay.
I was just we read at the top, yeah. And look, the U.S. still trades with China. Aren't they like our third biggest trading partner?
Yeah, but a lot of the world trades with China, actually. If you look, trade partners, U.S. China map.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look here, you can see the countries between the year 2000 and 2020 that their main trade partner was China versus the United States, the blue being the United States, the red being China. And you can see that there's been a global trend of people trading with China over the United States.
Yeah.
Not very great for us. And
It is not.
I think it's because, we aren't producing as much, probably. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's also probably the fact that China's still willing to do a lot of pseudo-imperialist tactics, and them and Russia both have a united front against us.
Yeah, I mean, that's getting into some global politics. That's kind of honestly outside my realm of expertise. I don't have any expertise, but
Yeah, true.
it's not something I know a lot about, I should say.
Do we want to keep watching this?
No, I'd probably rather not watch liberal content. I'd probably
Sure.
I want to see some conservative content. See what people are saying.
Oh,
about
I have just the man that'll make us mad. You ready?
Oh God, Steven Crowder. He still makes YouTube videos?
I think he does. I mean, he just abused his pregnant wife. That's not a career ending.
That's not career ending. That's fucked.
Oh man, he doesn't really post that much though. Jan 6 was a psyop.
What? What the fuck? Dear God, this guy's insane.
Oh my God, an exclusive with Enrique Tarrio.
Wait, let me see.
All right, get off this one. Let's go look at Jordan Peterson.
Oh God. Good old JP.
One of the first questions is Jordan Peterson IQ.
Hello, everyone.
Shut the fuck up. Wait, what is that actually?
Hello.
Canada must offer Alberta. What?
More than Trump ever could.
Okay. Is that in defense of Canada?
I have no clue. The rot of the UK.
The new Brexit. Oh God. This might be some Nazi shit. This
the new
might
Brexit. Europe needs a wholesale regimes change.
This might be some Nazi shit. Maybe
Oh,
Jordan
this
Peterson's a Nazi.
This video would make me too mad.
Oh God, please.
Oh,
no, let's go ahead
no.
and start it. Let's go ahead and start it. Let's see how angry you get.
Actually, have you seen the RFK hearing?
I have not actually. You know what? That was a good thing. That was one thing we talked about watching during the stream.
Oh, there's highlights.
Oh yeah.
I
Click
don't
on
want to
that
watch
first one.
shorts. Yeah. This ad's going
Shout
hard.
out to our sponsor, Squarespace. No, I'm kidding.
News reports have claimed that I'm anti-vaccine or anti-industry. I am neither. I am
The lady going, "You are." Holy shit, dude! We're not even 6 seconds in. It's already chaotic. All right.
for safety.
Hey, we got a true patriot in the room right here.
No
Yeah,
joke.
we got a true patriot. Calling that man out. This lady, she might ask where your paperwork is. That's kind of mean. Anyway.
We'll have order. In 2020, you said, and I quote, you would do anything, pay anything to go back in time and not vaccinate your kids.
Oh, we gotta keep listening.
Mr. Kennedy, all of these things cannot be true. So, are you lying to Congress?
Bro's like, all right, let me break this down for you. You can't say that you wish you didn't vaccinate your kids and maintain that you are for vaccines. And RFK's like, well, the vaccines aren't that great.
Well, the vaccines. Yeah.
Dude, what is he going to say to this? What do you think he's going to say?
He's gonna say some horse shit. I really hope they show it.
Today when you say you are pro-vaccine, or did you lie on all those podcasts? We have all of this on tape, by the way. In May of 2021, you petitioned the Food and Drug Administration to not only block Americans from having access to the COVID vaccine, but to prevent any future access to the life-saving vaccine. Are you denying?
Ooh, we got two patriots in the room. We got two.
Mr. Wyden.
I don't know who this guy is.
He's spreading his butt wide and open. You know what I'm saying?
Can we look this guy up?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
I guaranteed you he's a dim.
Mr. Wyden. Is that how you spelled it?
No, it's like that. The second one. Wyden.
Oh, okay.
D.
Wyden.
Senate.
Who is this guy? Okay, Ron Wyden. Let's see. Senate Finance Committee. Okay.
You might not have to expressly say what his party is.
He might not. I was just curious who this guy is. Wyden supports legal abortion. Okay. Opposes assisted suicide. I mean, that's kind of a...
That's dicey waters.
Yeah, that's dicey waters right there. Wyden has been an advocate of gun control. That's a good thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
first U.S. Senator candidate to publicly support same-sex marriage. Pretty cool guy.
Wow, that was in 1995. That was before Obama supported marriage, which is sadly true. It is.
really is.
That your name is on the petition.
Most experts agree today.
Experts agree today.
He looks like a Disney animatronic, dude.
Bro,
I swear to God.
clear your throat.
Dude.
Even the people who did it back then, that COVID vaccines are inappropriate for 6-year-old children who basically have a zero risk from COVID. That's why I brought...
Oh my God. Does brother understand how herd immunity works?
Oh, yeah, it's just 17,400 kids.
Oh my God. There's 17,000 parents that are watching that and going, this guy does not know what the fuck he's
Yeah,
doing.
you know, like it's just over 17. Like that's that. Oh, when you think about it, that's just like a small city. like, would you even notice if it disappeared?
Yeah, I mean, like, you think about, like, my graduating class was, like, 2,000 kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can think of one thing whenever you're watching these guys, the first thing I notice a lot of times when I go to Google things now is that the White House thing will pop up, and it's like, Trump's White House, President Donald Trump doing the most patriotic shit you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, do the bare minimum and scroll down at least 2. Click on it and read, and whenever they say something that makes you raise an eyebrow, and you're like, is that real? Really? No risk for children under 6?
Yeah, I mean, that's like the clip of I think it was Steven Crowder on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's like, there's millions of kids that have been that have gone through sex change surgeries.
That was Matt Walsh.
Was it Matt Walsh?
Yeah, that's such a funny clip.
It was Matt Walsh, and they looked it up, and it was like...
It was like 1,000.
It was like... No,
I think it was like 100 or so.
Yeah, it was like a couple hundred. And he's like, oh, well, whatever it is, I don't know the exact...
No, he was like, well, I'm pretty sure it's millions by now.
Like, what the fuck, bro? What?
All right. Yeah, definitely.
Brought that lawsuit. I don't want to. I want to emphasize
Mr. Kennedy, the facts.
I don't.
I'm gonna take it back.
I don't want to. I want to emphasize
Mr. Kennedy, the facts.
I don't.
The facts.
Is it just me, or does that guy look like he's, like, struggling, dude? Am I crazy?
Who, RFK?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like a little rough. He always looks rough, though. The brainworm was not kind to him.
Dude, that's terrible.
The committee will be in order.
Yeah, exactly.
Will you commit that when you leave this job,
RFK
you will
doesn't know
not
the
accept...
first thing about these sorts of politics. You're exactly right. I mean, literally this whole hearing, I watched pretty much like 90% of it. We might put some more of it on later. But yeah, I mean, literally, it's just RFK like, I wasn't even aware that was a position of my power. Anyway,
Compensation.
Yeah, it's a joke. He's a joke. It's a complete joke.
The committee will be in order.
Will you commit that when you leave this job, you will not accept compensation from a drug company, a medical device company, a
Ooh.
I guarantee you he says no.
hospital system, or a health insurer for at least 4 years, including as a lobbyist or a board member.
Can you just repeat the last part of the question? Can I commit
You're
to
not going
what?
to take money from drug companies in any way, shape, or
Who?
form.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh.
You're the reason for the fucking hearing, you
Bro, who
idiot.
else am I talking to,
Oh
bro?
my God. This is the hearing to certify him in the position. Is
He's
bro paying attention?
Yeah, I'm
You're
happy.
listen to everyone laugh. It's not even funny. It's fucked up. This guy doesn't know where he is.
Yeah, we go, and they made fun of Biden.
To that.
Okay, there's a lot of ways that you can influence those future lawsuits and pending lawsuits while you are Secretary of HHS. And I'm asking you to commit right now that you will not take a financial stake in every one of those lawsuits so that what you do as Secretary will also benefit you financially down the line.
Using hand signals. Bro.
I'll comply with
It's like telling a fucking kid to like not like sneak into the cookie jar or something. It's like
You cannot go into the cookie jar. You can't go in there.
Now when I go to bed, you're not gonna go in the cookie jar, right? Okay, all right. I'm just establishing that. Like Jesus.
The cookies look delicious.
It sounds like a goblin. When
all
you first
the
meet him.
ethical guidelines.
That's
and
not the question. You and I, you have said
You're asking me,
repeatedly,
Senator,
those
you're asking me not to sue
requirements
vaccine pharmaceutical
I am
companies.
not.
Oh my.
So he wouldn't answer.
Oh my God, he wouldn't answer. This guy is
Hold
in
on.
there just to get money.
What about the negative side that we should look out for, or the red flags when we're dating someone? What would you suggest to look out for?
Love bombing. I think this is a.
God, get the fuck out of here.
Let me just say this in conclusion, Chairman Cassidy.
He could be our king if you won an election, but no, the DNC's not that cool.
President Trump and Mr. Kennedy are quite right when they say that our system is broken. They're right. Our economic system today is broken. 3 people own more wealth than the bottom half of American society. Wages have been stagnant for American workers for 50 years. The economy is broken.
True.
You know what? Our political system is broken and corrupt.
Straight fucking facts from Mr. Sanders.
The burn dizzle.
You have a handful of billionaires in both political parties who contribute huge amounts of money to elect candidates in this room throughout the United States Congress. That is a broken political system and a real threat to democracy. Our healthcare system is broken.
Yep.
And it's broken for some of the reasons that Mr. Kennedy indicated. We have not paid attention to the fact that we have massive amounts of chronic disease. We have not answered the question why in the richest country in the history of the world, our life expectancy is lower than it is in
Maybe it's
You
because
know what?
people don't go to the doctor.
That is a good one. People don't have access to health care. And also, the corn subsidies are crazy. I mean, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup and literally everything.
I said this, this is my go-to thing if I want to disarm a Republican recently. I'm like, look, man, I think the seed oils are bad too. I don't want the seed oils. I'd rather we use lard. Sure. Why not? Yeah. I mean, food's going to taste better. It'll be a little bit more fatty. I don't care. Less carcinogens. Sounds lit.
Yeah.
countries far poorer than we are. So I think in many ways, President Trump and Mr. Kennedy have asked some of the right questions. Problem is their answers will only make a bad situation worse.
Ooh.
So let me ask Mr. Kennedy again. If we want to make America healthy, will you assure the American people that you will fight to do what every other major country on earth does, guarantee health care to every single American?
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world.
How?
You notice how I didn't answer the question?
Well, let's let him.
Right now,
No, man. It's a very simple fucking question. Are you going to give Americans
access to health care?
Yeah, right. The right to health care.
No.
I'm going to make America healthier. Is that the fucking answer to the question? It's yes or no.
Oh man, that might be a brainworm moment.
That might be a brainworm moment.
Guaranteed. Do what every other major country does. It's a simple question, Bobby.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting.
So you notice how we pivot.
Also, I guarantee you this isn't real. I almost guarantee
millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry. And protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Ooh!
Of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single one.
How is there a softer applause for that? I'll never get that. Some dude actually making shit up. People are like, yeah. Hey, you're completely wrong. And like, all the problems I just mentioned, I don't suffer from any of those.
RFK's like, you're a loser, bro. You should take that money.
He's like, why didn't you, bro?
Yeah, why didn't you take the money?
All you have to do is, you just have to talk about blue food cutlery every now and then, and you get paid the big bucks.
You just have to sacrifice the health of hundreds of millions of Americans, and then you're
largest.
Because I have
Is RFK a billionaire?
Huh?
Is RFK a billionaire?
I don't know. Look up his net worth. Around 15 million.
Apparently 30.
So like 15 to 30. That's a Forbes estimate, it looks like. Around 15 million. They're all citing the Forbes thing.
Where's the Forbes one? Oh. I bet his family has more.
Yeah, it said 15 million. I mean, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Pharmaceutical contributions from workers all over this country.
It's really a common gesture, Maybe
he's autistic.
Let's do it again. So we can't stream this late. We're fucking losing it.
Checkmate, liberals.
Oh my god.
Checkmate.
You were the single,
not a nickel from corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right.
Bernie, put the arm down.
You have not answered. Last question.
Wait, hold on.
You have 100 million. All right. But not a nickel from corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in 1.5
million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right.
Is it from workers in the industry? Oh, there it is. Money from Big Pharma. Ooh, it was from the workers.
Not from the companies themselves.
Ooh.
Yeah. What source said that?
Fucking Yahoo.
What is OpenSecrets.org? Is that a reliable source?
Wow. Follow the money. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Interesting website. Did they have an about page? Oh, yeah, about. Premier research group on tracking money in U.S. politics. Mission is to track the flow of money in American politics and provide
like this
the data.
website. We should use this again in the future.
Oh, we can. Okay. Let's
But you have not answered. Last question. You have not answered my question.
Mr. Chairman, we're 3 minutes.
Ask you a question.
How do we make America healthy if you don't guarantee health
Chairman,
care
we're
to all
literally
people?
3 minutes over here now.
Well, so are other
How long
people.
does it keep going? At some time, you're just battering the witness, Bernie.
Wow.
I mean, it feels
Wow.
like, I mean, again, it just feels like MAGA has really done something to where, what are the comments saying on a video like this? No.
It's not actually very interesting.
Yeah, 'cause he's probably fucking mad. As we just fucking looked up, it's not fucking true. He's probably mad, man. From the employees. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what they're not getting. It's workers in
They don't care, man. I swear. They're like, oh, well, I heard what I needed to hear. Let's get on out of here.
God, that's insane. How long have we been live now?
Oh, here we go. From 5 hours ago.
Why is everybody putting up with ads like it's 2010? Like, it's 2025, guys. Just use Pi. This Chrome extension takes 5 seconds to set up, and it blocks ads on any website you visit. It makes the ads just like disappear.
Joining me now, Paul Asadeve, a federal attorney who is a union steward at.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really big thing. I'm glad you looked this up with the federal workers stuff. They're basically they're making them sign. Illegal Eagle did a great video on this. I watched it. Basically, what's happening is the Trump administration and DOJ is forcing federal workers to sign these contracts that basically says you guys don't have to work unless we tell you to, and also you can't sue us. So if they don't get paid, they can't sue them. It's really not a good situation, and so far it seems that a number of them have signed that agreement. Yeah, it's really not good. Executive and federal workers
Not how you spell bureau.
are the backbone of our country. So
Okay, they did block it. That's good, but he's trying to currently get rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
yeah, so we looked into that, and they make sure that your bank account is safe and secure, and they make sure you don't get charged too much for overdraft fees and things like that. And I think they're also in control of bank loans as well, if I understand correctly. You have to fact check that.
Let me do this.
Yeah, put that bad boy in the wiki. Oh yeah, that's good.
Whoa!
Oh no! What? Visit the homepage. They took it down. Wait, scroll down. Scroll all the way down. About Us. Click About Us. Implements and enforces federal consumer financial law and ensures that markets for consumer financial products are transparent, fair, and competitive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is so that industries don't price gouge you too hard. Sad.
Go back. Is there someone that puts like gives examples of what they do?
This is like what they've done over here.
Let me take a look. Sorry, I mean to hold your hand there.
Like here, go back really fast.
Hang on. What do they do? Maybe we'll get some examples of what they do.
I think that's it right there.
Okay, providing educational materials and accepting complaints, supervises banks, lenders, and large non-bank entities such as credit reporting agencies and debt collection companies. Okay, the Bureau also works to make credit card, mortgage, and other loan disclosures clearer so consumers can understand their rights. Yeah, so what we can tell from this is this was enacted after the 2008 recession during Obama's term, and it was in response to that because they were giving out a bunch of home loans, and there was a bubble in the housing market and everything like that. I remember actually being affected by that as a kid. I don't remember if you were ever affected by that as a kid, but
I don't remember, to be 100% honest. But yeah, I mean, it's a good enough institution. I mean, it sits there and fights for your rights so that you're not taken advantage of by large companies and banks. And also say what you will, but credit cards are how a lot of small businesses get from ends meet. And it's also how a lot of people get by. And there's a lot of credit card companies that would happily take advantage of you. All right, let's keep going back.
At the American Federation of Government Employees, federal. Joining me now, Paul Asadeve, a federal attorney who is a union steward at the American Federation of Government Employees, and Elisa Tafty, a federal worker who is also president of the American Federation of Government Employees Local 2211. We're not specifying the agencies where they work due to fear of reprisals. Elisa, Paul.
Wow. Holy shit. I mean, they have
they're gonna figure that shit
Yeah,
out.
they're gonna figure that shit out.
Thank you both very much, seriously, for being here this evening
Wore a
and
mask
putting
like
a
Kanye.
face to all those numbers I just read in that intro. I want to play, just to set the table here, play some sound from a man by the name of Russell Vought. He was and is again the director of the Office of Management and Budget. And this is from a private speech he gave in 2023. Just listen to him talk about the federal bureaucracy. We'll talk about it on the other side.
This man seems a little unprepared.
We want the bureaucrats to be traumatically affected. We want, when they wake up in the morning, we want them to not want to go to work. Because they are increasingly viewed as the villains. We want their funding to be shut down so that the EPA can't do all of the rules against our energy industry because they have no bandwidth financially to do so. We want to put them in trauma.
Wow.
Mr. Asadebe, your reaction when you hear that?
I think it's disgusting and sad. As they attack federal employees, they're attacking the ability of the federal government to protect you out there when it comes to protecting you from companies dumping toxic chemicals in your water and your air, when it comes to veterans being able to get the health care that they need, when it comes to banks who take money out of people's bank accounts for not having enough money. It's the federal government that comes in and protects you, and that's exactly why they're tearing it down, because they want the ability to move freely, to have no one stopping them from making as much profit as they can. And we are here sticking it out to make sure that we continue to protect the American people.
Ms. Tafty, what is your reaction to hearing that?
I think it's pretty heartbreaking. Federal workers, we come into federal service because we have a commitment to doing good. We want to work for the American people. So the idea of demonizing the federal worker and really sort of putting them in this position where you want to terrify, you want to traumatize somebody who's committed their lives and their careers to doing good for the American people, and that's it's heartbreaking.
We're talking about people who have been fired. You're both still working. How are you doing with news, seemingly, definitely on a daily basis, but sometimes on an hourly basis, that more colleagues in other agencies have been summarily let go?
Yeah, I've had that happen with my coworkers just yesterday, and it's awful. And as awful as that is, the thing that really, really hurts me is the fact that we're losing the ability to protect people in their day-to-day lives. We're losing the capacity to hold people accountable when they harm people.
God, dude. I mean, this is
bad.
This is horrific.
I mean, again, like, I don't know if you read any of those resignation letters that are happening right now because of the Henry Adams stuff, which we will also be making a full video on. The Henry Adams stuff is insane. New York's mayor, criminal mayor.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff.
Was it Henry Adams or I thought it was Eric Adams.
Eric Adams, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Stole $10 million from his own city.
He was taking money from foreign countries for campaign funds.
Exactly.
Yeah, some crazy stuff that's happening.
Anyway, and Trump's going to pardon him. Seems like some quid pro quo, and seems really bad. And anyway, when Trump asked the prosecutors to drop the case, about 6 gave in their resignation letters instead of wanting to drop the case. They said that this is unconstitutional. I don't want to be a part of it.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to see government workers like this gentleman here who, he seems like he genuinely cares.
And I'll tell you too, he's going against the current because it is not easy to do the right thing.
No, I that's really funny because I saw this, obviously it's a TikTok, but it really rings true. He was saying, have you ever wondered what you would do in, 1920, 1910 Germany, 1930 Germany? And what you're doing right now is what you would be doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but when you have people like Elon Musk that are literally Nazis in the government, I mean, it's kind of hard to say that that's completely baseless.
Yeah, no, I mean, or even like Trump's like eerie parallels to Hitler in terms of like the pardoning of the people that helped him with his first failed insurrection, then directly after cutting all the federal funding and attacking his political opponents. I mean, I was even
he tried to start a coup to overthrow the government, and when that failed, he tried to take the government from within, which he succeeded in doing.
Yep.
I'm not an expert on Hitler. I've watched a few documentaries, but I mean the similarities are there. There's other things that aren't similar, but it's not completely baseless, is what I'll say.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Hey, look, if our vice president can call him America's Hitler, surely I should be able to.
People, and when that happens, that's just a loss for the entire American public, no matter who you are or where you live. We're going to be seeing, unless people take action and respond, we're going to be seeing a lot of pain. It's starting with federal workers, but it's not going to stop there. It's going to trickle down to the private economy, and it's going to trickle down to everyday Americans everywhere. And the reason that I'm here and that Alyssa here is to say something to get people to know what's going on and to take action while you still can. Because once these things are broken, it's very hard to fix them, and now's the time to respond.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, this is scary, but assume every system does break. Where do you even begin? What do you even try to do? You can't pack the courts. They're full of Supreme Courts that will deny your motions. What are you supposed to do?
Honestly, I mean, I don't even want to say this, but I mean, like, here's what I'll say. I don't want to say something crazy on live stream and seem like a crazy conspiracy theorist. That's not very productive. But what I will say is that there have been talks about from both sides on civil war.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and
I hope to God it never comes even close to that.
And no one wants that. But I mean, what happens? And I mean, this is a genuine question. What happens when our Constitution is subverted?
Yep.
What happens when our government takes complete and total control, and we end up with less rights? We end up living in unsafe conditions because certain federal programs have been removed, essentially, or defunded. What happens to our education when the Department of Education is gone? I mean, there's all kinds of really scary things that are potentially about to happen and are happening right now.
And a lot of people don't realize what's happening, even Trump supporters. Do your best to inform them, even though it'll make them mad at you. I've recently lost a couple of friends. I've been friends with some conservatives for years, and unfortunately, just a lot of those relationships, not my fault, by the way, a lot of those relationships are just falling apart. They think we're evil people. Even if you're willing to have a conversation sometime, it's still just, it falls apart, and they think that you're attacking them for being like, hey, this guy, not this guy, but Donald Trump is doing something wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, I really want to make a video, about why your liberal friends are mad for Republicans.
Yeah.
Because it does seem like they're either not watching the news, or when they watch the news, they're watching very far-right conservative media.
Or they just outright ignore the stuff that's bad.
Or they ignore the stuff that's bad. I mean, when I confronted a family member about Elon's Nazi salute and various things that are happening with the Trump administration, he was like, you need to stop letting the news ruin your life. And it's like, the news isn't ruining my life. It's the Trump administration is going to make life in America not great.
Have you ever heard the old adage about like, oh, I didn't think that the hyena party, the face-eating hyena party was going to eat my face?
The leopard-eating party?
Yeah. Where it's like they ate everyone else's face, and then like I was like, hopefully they won't eat mine, then they did anyway. It's like, if that is you, just know that like not only are you not paying that much attention, but also, like, how selfish do you need to be to watch all these groups full of more that are designed to help more destitute people, right? Mm-hmm. And in order for them to succeed inside America, you can watch the structure and destruction of those structures that exist. For what? What is the purpose? To save some money for the richest country in the world? How many more billions of dollars needs to be saved until we can start? Like, conservatives are the same people to be like, oh, we're helping out other countries, but we don't even have that help over here. And it's like, what, do you agree with us now? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All right, sorry, let's finish this video.
I ask you to reveal which agency you're in, but take us inside. What is it like going into work now?
Fuck, the suspense is
At WyoTech, we haven't forgotten where America's strength comes from. It's in what we call.
It's really hard. Everybody is really scared. It's hard to know sort of when it's going to hit you. And it's hard to know when you're going to be put in a position where you lose your job, you lose your ability to pay your bills. But at the same time, we've been through a lot as federal workers, right? We've been through shutdowns. We've spent decades hearing sort of this rhetoric that is sort of this anti-federal worker rhetoric. So our resolve is pretty steely, and our commitment, again, like I said, to service, it's amazing what it sort of instills in you and the ability for you to sort of push on. So it's both a lot of fear, but it's a lot of sort of an absolute determination to stick it out and to continue to do for the American public what we committed to do when we took our oaths to protect the Constitution and sort of work for it and protect the American people.
Mr. Acedabea, is this even legal? I've been asking this question since these firings and purges have started. So far, the answer has been a resounding, no, this is not legal. Is it legal? And if not, why are they still happening?
I can say as an attorney, none of this is legal. Wow. And that's part of the point. They want to destroy the idea that there's security or safety in federal employment. They want to move fast and break things as they...
Just remember. What was that Trump quote? What was that Trump tweet?
Which one?
That Trump tweet where is,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on. I can't just see the tweet.
Yeah, no laws are broken if he's saving his country.
Yeah. Yeah, what a nightmare.
He who saves his country has broken no law.
And again, he would look at this attorney and be like, well, he's just a corrupt liberal attorney.
Yeah. Dude, this guy is just trying to live his life, and he's trying to make the lives of everyone else easier.
Yeah. Well, it's the way our country's
been. And now he's got to go on fucking live television.
Risk his job.
His
livelihood,
his livelihood, just to tell everyone, hey, you should be paying attention to this.
Yeah.
And what are the Republicans doing? Trump is making America great again. Like, dude, come on.
It's never been better, brother.
Yeah, dude.
Come from the tech sector.
I don't mean to keep on fighting this straw man of a Republican, but again, like, just in the people that I've talked to in the last couple days, I mean, literally, I've argued with people about nuking the Middle East. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where do people draw the line? People have told me that the Trump movements on Gaza,
that's something they support.
Yeah,
you know what I
that-
mean? It's
that's
like
what I think.
I don't understand anymore. Like used to, I really could understand, and I would try to make a steel man of a conservative. But it feels like even when I'm doing that now, it feels ridiculous and strawmanned.
Yeah.
And they're doing this so that people don't have a chance to respond. They're trying to clog up the courts to make sure that when they fire you, you don't have time to respond. And it's all part of a tactic to traumatize, as you already said. But there are responses, and we're here to talk about how people can take action and respond to these things.
So then how can people take action, Ms. Thompson?
Yep. So the public can, you can speak up for us. I think calling representatives, telling them that you think this is unacceptable, and urging them to speak up and to fight for us. I think that's really important. I think that for many of us, we like to sit back and we like to think, that sort of intellectual exercise of if I was at a turning point in history, what would I do and how would I react? And I think the trouble is
we were literally just talking about that.
yeah.
We literally just talked about that. That's probably what she's referencing.
Sometimes we fail to recognize when we are at a turning point in history, and we are at that point right now. And so I really urge everybody to act. There's rallies and there's actions that are starting to happen all over the country.
Like this Monday.
The sort of movement is beginning to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the reality is that while Trump won the popular vote, there's still people like us out there. There's still people that believe in the Constitution. There's still people that believe in civil rights and workers' rights.
Or still believes inside the sanctity and the value of their fellow man, woman, or they, them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The value of their fellow person and the sanctity of everyone's relationships. Not under a God that only some of us believe in, but under a uniting idea that we're all Americans.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to this protest on Monday. You guys should look up the 5051 website and go there and see if there's a local protest in your area, participate in it, and we should honestly get to calling our representatives.
I think we might make a series about that. I mean, we have a Democratic mayor here in Jacksonville, and I don't know if they've made any statements on that, and perhaps me and David will try to continue our string of good luck and get them on.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be interesting to talk to them. We should definitely try that. But I think we should probably just go ahead and wrap up the stream. We can finish the video if you want. We got another 2 minutes on it.
To be able to organize and speak out. I think anybody in any city, any town in the country can tap into that, because showing up and using your voice and speaking out for us is really important, because the goal here is for us to protect the services that the government provides for the American people. And every single person in this country is going to be impacted on this in so many ways throughout the course of each day that they don't even realize, because it has been an efficient system. It has worked so well that it's invisible to everybody, but it's going to start falling apart as they start saying, as Musk said, that they want to sort of take us out, take out entire agencies.
Well, one more question for both of you, real quickly. As I mentioned in the intro, you're both members of your unions. How's the union helping workers in your union?
Sure. As a union steward, I'm the one who is communicating with both employees and management and telling people what's going on, just keeping people informed. And as members of DOJ and the administration are attacking federal employees, we're the ones saying that your work does matter, what you do matters, and you should stick it out. We're enforcing our collective bargaining agreements however we can, because as much as they try to bypass those and take away those rights, we still have them. And when we come together in unions and in solidarity, we can defend our rights. And that's what I want everyone to help us do. Over the next week, on the 19th, we're going to have a day of action. That's going to be nationwide rallies, actions that you can take.
Well.
On the 19th, let's look that up. I believe I will be working, but... U.S. Federal Record, right here.
Sorry, guys.
Scroll down, see if it gives any information. Does it give any information about the protests? Scroll up.
It does not. Hold on. Well, we'll do the rest of this off stream. We're gonna keep you guys posted on that. We'll probably post it both on our Blue Sky and on our live. But we'll figure out where the one is in our area, and or at least close to us, and I'll try to still go out to it. But yeah, guys, I think probably gonna go ahead and call it a day. Really fun.
Yeah.
We had a fun time talking to y'all, and hope that we see another stream here soon. And it should be another week or two tops before we're streaming again.
Yeah, probably somewhere around a week. Who knows how busy the week is. But yeah, remember, guys, to like and subscribe and try to stay positive with all this bad news that's going on. We're going to continue to bring you content. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and you guys have a good night.
And peace.
Peace.
Oh, wait.